and John's Patreon Buffet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yuki and John's Patreon Buffet Game Show Edition.
Yes.
Game shows, Yuki, and this is this was a suggestion. I had this idea many years ago, so I'm not taking full credit for it though, because I never suggested it until Matt Mangiarides from the last drive-in actually said, hey, I think a topic would be great is if you and Yuki talked about those Japanese game shows. And I said, well, you know what's funny? I wanted to talk about game shows in general. So thanks to Matt Mangiarides, here we are now talking about game shows, and we'll talk about some of those crazy Japanese game shows.
My God, Japanese game show, it's so crazy.
Well, what about the one? Let's just start it off right off the bat with a bang before we get to the regular ones like The Price is Right. There's a game show in Japan where they sing karaoke while they're getting jerked off. And what is that called? What is that all about? Who watches that show? I would watch it.
I don't know. I never seen it because, I found out that show, when I was flipping the YouTube. But they do stupid game show. I mean, that's only Japanese, stupid. I don't know, like
Crazy.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, singing karaoke while somebody's jogging off, like, girls sitting in the booth. And then, of course, we don't see below the, waist.
Right.
The guy goes like this. And of course, it's not easy singing.
Yeah, he's like, love lifts us up where we belong. It's genius.
Yeah, they have a game show called very similar to American Gladiator. The big show running around like a track and field, except that they have to go through those, jumping and above the water with, those like a styrofoam island, and just jumping and then crazy climbing, and then God, it's so funny, but it's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid, but it's entertaining. What about did they invent that show? Is it Cake? Because I've seen the Japanese people where they say that there's a doorknob and it's close up, and the guy is a Japanese guy and he's going closer and closer to the doorknob, and he has to take a bite out of it. And if it's cake, he wins, and if it's regular doorknob, he loses. You see that?
And I never seen it, but that's possible.
It's funny. It's like, so there's a shoe, and the guy's like, and it's getting closer and closer to his mouth. And when he takes a bite out of it, all of a sudden it's just like a cake. And it's really funny. And some of the cake looks very delicious, but they really do a great job. Now, I don't know if it's Japanese invented or if they adapted it, but I've seen Japanese people doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I never seen that one, but the similar one I seen was there is a bunch of door, and then only one it's real door, and then the other door is all fake, and then you just run through, and then the other place it's a door but it's paper, so you can just break and then run. The other one it's real wall. So you just bumped into it.
And so you have to run as fast as you can?
Right. So think about it. I mean, it's the paper one you can run through. But I mean, if you run as hard as you possible, then you run into the real wall. That's hurt. But otherwise, there's only one fake door is the real one, only paper. So only one you can go through. But the other four, it's a real world. So you just hit your head or, it's dangerous, but they do it.
What is that one called?
God, I can't remember. I don't. But that's part of the show. It's a bunch of the show. And then I remember when I was a kid, something eating weird food, and then this guy ate the cockroaches.
Live?
Right, but since it's a cockroach, they fried. They ate the cockroach, but the cockroach had an egg. Egg wasn't dead, right? I mean, parents are dead because it fried.
Oh.
It was so he ate it and it hatched.
I remember you telling me about this. So yeah, it stayed in his stomach and then they hatched inside of him. Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's stupid. I mean, basically, you killed yourself because he wanted this blue guitar.
All for a fucking guitar. Death by cockroach for a blue guitar. How fucking smart. Oh, Yuki, I can't stand that shit. Like when Fear Factor was on TV and people were doing all that shit. That was so gross to me. I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't do it. And also, I'm afraid of some of the things that they would do. They would put people in fucking boxes and bury them under the ground. Fuck that shit. Why? For what? What are you really gonna get? I mean, what's the highest you could possibly get? Like a car or $10,000 or something? Probably not even that much.
Funny, right? I thought, would you do it like for
No,
10,000?
no, no. I ain't leaving my house for less than a 500,000. No, I ain't not doing anything. Especially not that, but I would go on some regular game shows. I like that sort of thing. I love watching Jeopardy. I love watching Wheel of Fortune. I used to love this show with the whammies. I forgot the name of that show, but that was a great show. It was like no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, boom, and then they would hit and the whammies would come out.
Is Gong Show a great show?
I think Gong Show is a game show 100%, and now that's a great concept for a show.
Have you seen Face the Music?
No, what's that?
They put the music like a very fast, like only like 1 second, a few seconds, and then you tell it what song it is.
Oh, yes, I'm good at that. I actually am very good at that.
Yeah, Face the Music, and then the host was I think wrong Eddie, the second Tarzan guy.
Oh. Yeah, there was one time I was at a Met game and they played seriously a fraction of the beginning of the song. And I knew it. It was Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac. And these assholes behind me were like, no, it's not. No, it's, I'm like, it's Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac. And then all of a sudden they announced it was Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac and they all got quiet. And then one bitch, this stupid, ugly, fat, stupid bitch. I'm sorry to be so mean, but she was. She was just a horrible fucking asshole the whole time. And I'm saying this because there was one time I went to the bathroom and then I came back and there was beer all over my seat. And I wiped it up and I sat down and I heard her say, fuck, I just wanted him to not sit there anymore, or something like that. And I was like, did you fucking pour beer? So then I was like telling her boyfriend, like, I'm gonna fuck you up if she keeps fucking with me. And then they got quiet. It was crazy. But then, I won because I knew Hold Me. And then she goes, you would know that. Yeah, I would, bitch. You wouldn't know that because you're a fat asshole scumbag bitch who poured beer on my seat so I wouldn't sit in front of you anymore. For what reason? Why? What the fuck? So you could spread your fucking asshole body out, you fucking bitch. Sorry, Yuki. I'm angry today.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, these people are scumbags. Do you remember Double Dare?
Oh, yes.
That was a good game show. You get all slimed up and you and your brother go on the show and you answer questions and then you have to do the dares and running through cream pies and all kinds of slime. That was good. There's a great clip of the host Mark Summers. He was on the Tonight Show, and Burt Reynolds was there. And you could tell Burt Reynolds is fucking not having. He just doesn't like Mark Summers for some reason. And then all of a sudden, it breaks out into a pie fight.
Well, really?
Burt Reynolds and Mark Summers got into a pie fight on the Tonight Show. Yeah, a real one. They were slamming pies at each other and all kinds of shit. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Actually, I think it started with water. They were like throwing water at each other, and then it escalated to pies.
I see. I never.
Eh, it was funny. What other game shows did you used to watch as a kid? Were there any normal game shows in Japan?
Well, I, I was remember then I came here. Then more. I know more U.S. game show than Japanese game show.
Oh, really? So what are some of your favorite game shows?
Hollywood Square.
Oh, I used to love Hollywood Squares. That shit was funny.
And then there's I don't know the name of the game, but you can't say the word. You just say other word, then you say the correct word.
Password? Something like password pyramid or something?
What's called? Let's say if we're looking for milk, you can't say milk, but you say drink, white. What was that the game called?
Yeah, I think that was like the $1,000 pyramid, right? Or $10,000 pyramid. I might be wrong about that, but I know what game you're talking about. Something like porno password.
Something like that. Yeah, but you're looking for correct words, but you can't say that word.
Right. I forgot the name of that show. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And the celebrities used to go on there, and the celebrity guests would like help the guests along. Fuck.
I like that show. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show. Remember Pictionary?
No, I don't remember that. No.
I think Pictionary was a really underrated. It was a board game at home that you could play with your family, but then they had a game show version of it. And Pictionary was you have a white board, and one of the contestants gets a pen that you could draw on the board with, and they get a clue. So they get a word like you said, a birthday cake, right? And they have to draw a birthday cake, and then the people on your team have to guess what it is by your drawing. So if you're a bad person who draws, you're bad at the game. But if you could draw, you're good at the game. Pictionary. It was a good fucking game.
What was that? What was that? You can't talk. Then you gesture. Then you name.
Charades.
Charade. Yeah.
Yeah, charades is a party game, but did they have a game show version of it?
Yeah. Japan we did.
Holy shit, I don't think I ever saw Charades the game show, but that is a fun game because you look like a stupid idiot doing 2 words, 1 syllable, all day.
2 syllables.
Yeah. Oh, I've always been so bad at charades.
And then the Battleship, they made a movie from the board game.
Yeah, I never saw the movie, so I can't comment.
Oh.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Bad?
Yeah. But it doesn't work. It's a board game. So
yeah, that's true. Speaking of movies made out of game shows, did you see the Chuck Barris one about the guy who A Dangerous Mind? Where the guy who hosted the game show was supposedly also a secret agent who worked for the CIA, starring Sam Rockwell, directed by George Clooney.
Oh no, never seen it.
It's a good movie.
What's called?
A Dangerous Mind? Let me see. Oh, it's called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Oh, no,
And
never seen.
yeah, so the guy Chuck Barris, who invented the Gong Show, put out a memoir where he claimed that he was also a CIA hitman. So in the movie, he's hosting the Gong Show, getting the Gong Show off the ground, and then he's getting assignments to go to like Cuba to fucking assassinate political people. It's it's a good movie,
Oh,
and it's directed by George Clooney and written by Charlie Kaufman, the guy who wrote Being John Malkovich.
I see.
Yeah, he adapted the memoir. Uh Good movie. Good movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Underrated for sure. Sam Rockwell is great in it. Um what about did you ever consider going on a game show?
No, never. I mean, what kind? Which one?
Well, that's what one do you think that you would do okay at? Like what one do you in your mind, let's play fantasy. What one would you think that you could have a winning session on?
Is there any movie game? Movie game show? Jeopardy, of course, I can do it.
Right. So if there was a movie trivia game show, you and I would be really good at that.
Maybe, I hope so. Yeah, but there's no such a TV show, right? No.
Not that I remember. There might have been in the past, but I don't remember any sort of like, what does the bird represent in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho? And then we have to answer. I don't remember that.
There's a board game was like that, though.
Yes,
I don't think there's a TV game show like that.
they should. Let's Yuki. Let's invent the movie buffet game show. And you're in a buffet. You're doing movie trivia. You can eat while you answer questions.
That's a good idea. Yeah, it's
Dude,
fun.
that'd be fun. Let's do it. And then you and I could host it.
Right.
That would be fucking. I bet you make a lot of money if you invent a game show.
Yeah, huh? We own, right?
You own it, yeah. And then what's the guy who was the guy who did all the Merv Griffin?
Yeah, the game called he made $1 million, right?
Yeah, millions of dollars doing game shows and all that sort of stuff. What about the dating game? Did you ever watch the dating game?
Oh, that was a dating game, right? I've seen that before.
I thought that show was fun because when I was a little kid, I used to like dream of going on a date with all the hot women that were on the show.
What's his host name? His name, I used to watch every night that dating game.
The dating game with Dick Clark. No, the dating game with Chuck Berry. No.
Yeah, that was way before the Bachelor or Bachelorette, or way before that dating game.
Oh yeah, the dating game goes way back to the 50s. Oh no, the 60s. It goes back to the 60s. And who's the host? Well, here it says this guy Jim Lang was the host back in the day. But there must have been another. I feel like there was another. Oh, what about the Newlywed Game? Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. No.
The Newlywed Game. Here, wait. Let's see. Game show hosts. The Newlywed Game was cool because it's like sometimes I'm sure people got divorced after the Newlywed Game. You would have a new couple who would come on the show and who had just gotten married, and then they would ask one, say the wife, questions about the husband, and then the husband would come back out on stage, and then they would ask the husband the questions, and if the wife got the questions wrong, they would get points deducted, but if they got the questions right, they would get more points. So sometimes you realize that these people who are just married don't know a fucking thing about each other.
That's funny.
And I think that they slowly realize too. They're like, shit, why did I marry this fuck? I don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about me. Yeah.
When was that? How many years ago? I never
That I
seen.
feel like was old. I feel like that was in the 70s, absolutely. Maybe even earlier. But it is a funny ass show if you ever have time to check it out. Um
should be a new one, a new version.
I think there was the Newlywed Games. All right, I got a list here of the top 25 game show hosts of all time.
Okay.
All right. Here's a very important one. Steve Harvey from from the Family Feud.
Family Feud. But remember that before that, what's his name? He kissed everybody.
Oh, he would fucking finger bang everybody. He would be like with the moms. He would be like shoving his fingers all over. What was his name? Richard Dawkins.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what an asshole. He kissed every single person except the male.
Oh yeah, and then he would like make fun of the guys. He would molest the women and make fun of the men.
Yeah. And then kiss, it's not just cheek. Kiss on the I mean, that guy.
Yeah.
That was okay on TV. I was surprised when that was.
It was the 80s, man. You were allowed to do whatever the fuck you wanted. I don't know. Yeah, I used to even me as a kid, I'd be like, "Oh my god, what's he doing?" Number 24 is Howie Mandel.
Oh, deal or no deal?
That's right. Deal or no deal. And usually, Yuki, fuck it, I take the deal. I don't care if I lose because you never know. It can escalate to something awesome like a boat.
Mm.
Always take the deal, Yuki. Because even if you go home empty-handed, they usually give you something like a toaster.
Right.
After that is Annie Robertson. She's the British quiz show, The Weakest Link.
Never seen it.
Moving on to Regis Philbin at number 22 for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh,
Remember how huge that show was when it first came out? That shit was a phenomenon.
right. That show was really, yeah. And then final answer?
Is that your final answer? Yeah. Or Dial a Friend. It was a very innovative game, and I used to tune in when it first came out, for sure.
I saw every week, yeah. And then that show went to Japan.
What is it called?
Exact the same way. The host even says final answer.
Amazing.
The Japanese TV station must pay a lot to the American station. And yeah, I mean, it's exactly same set, same look, same, even the host talks same way, including final answer. So
that went worldwide. I mean, because then they had that movie Slumdog Millionaire. That was like the Indian version, you know?
that's nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Except Japanese people didn't know there was a copy. The only reason I knew it, I watched it here, then I saw it when I went back. So that's like, holy shit, it's like a totally rip-off. It's a copy.
They just sold the franchise rights, and whoever invented Who Wants to Be a Millionaire made bank. They were more than a millionaire.
Creator became a millionaire because of that.
And I'm sure Regis Philbin participated too. Okay, number 21, Groucho Marx.
What did he do?
You Bet Your Life.
I never know that show. No.
It was an old school one. It was great. People used to dress up in all kinds of costumes and come in, and he would get. Yeah, that was a good show. We got Ken Ober after that from Remote Control. There was an MTV game show. Now that actually was probably more in line with what we were good at. You would sit on three sofas. You would have three contestants, and they would answer questions about all sorts of pop culture stuff. And their clickers to buzz in to answer the questions was a remote control.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you finally get kicked out of the game, you would get crashed through like a wall or something in the couch. But it was a good show on MTV. I remember watching Colin Quinn started on that show. Good show. Remote control. After that is Bert Convey. I don't know who the fuck that is, for a show called Tattletales, Win, Lose, or Draw, or Super Password.
Never heard.
Oh shit, I didn't know this. So I mentioned Pictionary earlier. The title of the actual game show was Win, Lose, or Draw.
Oh, I remember that. That's the one. You draw the picture. It's
That's the
that's the one, huh?
that's the one. Then at number 18, Peter Tamarkin for Press Your Luck. I don't remember that one.
I don't remember now.
After that, you have Chuck Barris at number 17. He's the Gong Show. Um,
Okay.
he's also the dating game. He created the dating game and the newlywed game.
Oh, so it's his show, huh?
That's right. And then he did the Gong Show. Apparently, there was like a amateur search back in the 70s for Gong Show contestants. And my aunt, who was very young at the time, went to try out to sing, and she got gonged. And my dad was going to kick everybody's ass.
Uh,
He was going to beat the fuck out of everybody.
so the Gong Show, it's kind of like America's Got Talent. It became kind
Yes.
of
So what happens is you come up and you do some sort of a skill. So you could sing, you could do
Right.
stand-up comedy, you could do anything you want. And then you have the three people watching, and they have the option to gong you. So if they gong you, that means that they hate what you're doing and they're going to stop you. If they don't gong you, that means you could keep going because you have some talent.
right.
I think I'd be gonged, Yuki. I'll be a gonged person.
Well, you a judge?
No. I think if I went up and I started singing, they would gong me.
No. You pass. Nobody gongs you. No.
No, they do. I'll be like, don't stop till you get enough. And then they would gong me. I'd get up and sing Michael Jackson songs.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Jim Lang, we mentioned him. He's number 16, and he was the host of the dating game in its glory days.
Oh.
Oh, he also later hosted Name That Tune,
Oh.
the one that you mentioned, where it's like they play a little clip of the song.
I thought that the title was the Face the Music.
Maybe that's a whole other game show that's the same thing. Name That Tune in the 80s. This says. Holy shit. Jack Barry, number 15. He was the host of the infamous quiz show, The Scandal, for that game 21. You ever see the movie Quiz Show?
Yeah.
It's based on that on that whole scandal, where they had a whole thing.
That's a George Clooney movie. No.
No, Quiz Show I think was Robert Redford.
Oh, Robert Redford. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, there was a whole cheating scandal and all this fucking sort of shit.
But David Stratton, he was in that.
Mm-hmm. I think John Turturro's in it.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah.
14 is Mark Summers, Yuki. Mark Summers, we mentioned him on Double Dare.
Oh, I don't remember, but I remember the name.
Here's a motherfucker I never even heard of. Wink Martindale.
No, I don't know.
He hosted such games as Tic Tac Doe, Gambit, and High Rollers. I don't remember any of those shows, no offense.
I remember Tic Tac though.
You do?
Yeah, you have a big board and then X and then circle.
Circle gets the square.
Yeah.
After that is Jim Perry. He did a show called Card Sharks Sale of the Century. I don't know him. Bill Cullen, number 11. He did he's popularly known as the Dean of Game show hosts, and he did the musical theme song Name That Tune, and he was the first one to host The Price is Right.
Oh.
Bill Cullen, baby. Oh, here's number 10. Here's a classic. Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak, Wheel of Fortune. He retired, right?
Yeah, he's retired. I don't know who's replacing him. And then, of course, we got to mention the wonderful, glorious Vanna White, who has the greatest job in the world. She just turns those fucking letters and makes millions of dollars. Just looking good.
I mean, I don't good as good as she is, but I mean, what she does, I can do that, right?
Yuki, we should put you in a dress. and have you flipping letters all over the place. That'll be part of the buffet, the movie buffet. We'll put you in a dress. You'll go to the board and you'll tap it, and it'll turn and it'll show the question.
I wear the dress.
You'll wear the dress to make $1 million. I'll wear a dress too. We'll both be in dresses. Fuck it. I'm not going to just embarrass you. We'll both. That'll be the whole idea, is that we're the beautiful game show hostesses.
Yeah.
After that, you got Dick Clark. Dick.
Black.
And this is the $10,000 pyramid. Now, I think that's the one, Yuki, that you're talking about, where you have to like have the word and then you have to coax the word out of them.
I just don't remember the title. So yeah, okay.
I don't remember it either, but after that, Alan Ludden. He was the host of Password. Don't remember.
I swear I don't remember. No.
After that, you have Chuck Woolery, who was the host of a game show called The Love Connection, which is sort of like the dating game. Yeah.
I used to watch that. That's the one. I was confusing with the dating game. No, Love Connection. That's the one. Who is the host?
His name is Chuck Woolery.
Oh, okay.
And then he also, it says he was the original host of the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
And then he also hosted the TV version of Scrabble.
Never seen it. I mean, I know the Scrabble, but I always remember Love Connection. Yeah.
After that, number 6 is Monty Hall. He was the
Monty Hall.
Yeah, Monty Hall. He was a host of Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, Let's Make a Deal. You know, one time I was doing a movie, and then there's one scene. The scene takes place some hall at the school. You know, then I have to change. You know, there's some such a hall. So I put it in like a Monty Hall.
That's cute. So that you honored this beautiful game show host by that, Yuki.
Because I have to make up some kind of name. So I say, oh, what the hell? So I just put it in Monty Hall.
Monty Hall.
That was AFI. And then we shooting at the AFI, and then they had a whole room. So instead of real sign, I made my movie sign called the Monty Hall and then put it there. Yeah.
That's awesome. What an honor. I wonder if Monty Hall ever watched that movie and was like, look at my name.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it.
Number 5 is Bob Eubanks, who he did the Newlywed Game, and apparently he's the man who helped the word whoopee become a naughty term.
Oh, don't know.
Making whoopee? That doesn't make sense, because Making Whoopee is a song from the 50s or something, or 60s, 40s, 20s. Making Whoopee is an old song, so he didn't make that shit. Whoopee is, they were saying that shit in the 20s or 30s.
Did the Whoopi Goldberg, their parents, yes?
Making Whoopi Goldberg, who was a staple of the Hollywood Squares. She was always on Hollywood Squares.
She was? I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, she was always her. Bruce Valanche, Gilbert Godfrey. They always had the rotating celebrities.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You know who else was really always at the Hollywood Squares was Paul Lynde.
Really? I saw that show, but I don't remember who was in it.
Oh, he made some filthy jokes, Paul Lynde, on Hollywood Squares. There's probably a compilation on YouTube, the Paul Lynde filthy joke Hollywood Squares. After that, we have a guy named G. Rayburn who did the Match Game.
Match Game sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
That was the game where they would just light matches and throw it at each other. And if you didn't get caught on fire, no, that's the real game. You don't remember the Match Game?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, you would light it, you go, and then throw it at the person, and if they caught on fire, they lose.
That's kind of stupid, huh?
I know it's stupid. I just made it up.
Upsy.
It's another dating game where you fucking, it's
Oh,
some
okay.
sort of a match. I don't know. It looks like a panel game. I don't remember that game. We spoke about this guy, Richard Dawson,
Yeah.
Family Feud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says it right here. He also got to kiss all those ladies for luck. That shit wasn't luck. That was forced.
Terrible. Disgusting.
That was premeditated molestation. No offense he's great in The Running Man. You ever see The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
He played a game show host or something, right? In the movie.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. He goes, I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and rip out your spine.
The movie wasn't good. They did the remake, right?
They're making a remake. Edgar Wright, who did the Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, he's doing it.
I see.
Yeah. I like The Running Man. There's some good shit in that movie. No?
And, well, I didn't like it.
I like it because Richard Dawson and fucking Schwarzenegger trading insults. It's good. Alex Trebek is number 2.
Oh, Jeopardy, Mister Jeopardy. He just became millionaire just being the host of that show, huh?
And he's good. It always, especially Jeopardy, how difficult it must be to be the host of that show because you have to be lightning fast with the questions. You have to be have to be on point because that game, especially Jeopardy, moves so fast.
Right.
And you have to go this, that, 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 that. It's like you have to be on the fucking ball. And I don't know how they prepare him. I don't know what the system is where he's reading the questions or if he knows the answer. If there's somebody in his ear telling him. He is honestly like probably my number one host because watching him do that was an art in and of itself.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know who is doing after him, but
There was a few different hosts, and they tried like a round table of hosts for a while where they had different guests and stuff, but they settled on this one guy, and I forgot his name. He was one of the celebrity guests, Ken Foray or some shit like that. Ken something. He was one of the most winningest guests on the show, and now he hosts it.
he's the one. Okay,
Yeah,
but he's
they were.
not as good as Alex.
No, not to me, but he's good at it. He's good at it, but he's not. I mean, Trebek is the classic. If you want to, and to me, he's almost more classic than the number one pick here, which, no surprise, is Bob Barker. Bob Barker from The Price is Right.
Oh,
Now, I'm not disparaging Bob Barker. I think Bob Barker he deserves to be in that conversation in the top 2, but Alex Trebek to me had a harder thing. Like it was harder for him to host Jeopardy than it was to host The Price is Right. He's there with the hot models. He's there with the fucking people. He's making jokes. He's fucking with people. That seems like a fun time. Jeopardy, you have to be on
serious, right?
more serious. You have to know exactly what you're doing. There has to be no fucking room for error. Price is Right. If they fuck up, it goes, oh, it's just part of the show. Here we go. Retake that shit. So, but I still do love what Bob Barker did because he was pretty funny, and I guess he made love to some of the models.
And then the Price is Right still going on, right?
Oh yeah, I think it's still Drew Carey.
Drew Carey?
Yeah, and he's fine at it too. He's a pretty good host. I mean, he does a great job. He gets the show moving. He makes a couple of jokes. That's all you need in that show. I think you can host The Price is Right, Yuki.
What?
Yeah. You just sit there with that long ass microphone that, Bob Barker had that thin, long, weird fucking microphone that nobody else in the history of the world ever used except for him.
I think you'll be a good host too.
Thank you, Yuki. But I think if I'm going to host anything, I would host John Brennan's Dirty Karaoke. That would be my game show. And so this is the game show is I'm the host, and I sing a couple of songs, but all the lyrics are rewritten to be filthy. So so for instance, you have a song like, instead of this is what it sounds like when the doves cry, the lyrics that we would do is, this is what it feels like in your brown eye. So it would be all lyrics about sex and filth. So the way that the game show happens is that I invite contestants to come on. They have 3 minutes to write new lyrics that are filthy about sex, set to famous songs. And so then they perform those songs in front of the audience, and whoever has the filthiest, most disgusting version of the new song wins.
Don't you get pursued by the
I'll have NBC or CBS behind me, so they just give the residuals out. I don't have to do shit. Or maybe not CBS. Maybe we'll have to do that on cable, because if people are saying, talk about fisting in people's assholes, like one song I would do is, instead of living on a prayer, it would be fisting in your ass.
it's a who knows that? I mean,
You're right. You're right. We'd have to go to cable. So we'll have to go to cable, and it'll be John Brennan's Dirty Karaoke, and people will get up and be like, little ditty about licking my ass. It tastes like shit with a touch of sassafras. Yeah.
It's dirty, but I think people like it.
Exactly. Actually, that last one was written by my friend Kevin, and I can't take credit for that one. Or here's one. Instead of luck be a lady tonight, fuck me a lady tonight. Or instead of glory days from Bruce Springsteen,
Yeah.
horny gays. So that's what you do. You give the contestants a subject, and you say, all right, you have 3 to 5 minutes to write new lyrics for the song Glory Days, to the tune of Glory Days, but it has to be about horny gays. And then they get up and they're like, horny gays. They're singing that. It would be great. That would be a huge hit, Yuki.
Yeah.
And then we add in the jerk, like somebody, while they're singing about filth shit, we get the Japanese girls to come out and give them a hand job under the table. We invented a couple of game shows today. We have Dirty Karaoke. We have Yuki and John's Movie Buffet.
Yeah, no.
What else? Is there any other game shows we could come up with?
You just did Dirty Karaoke.
No, yeah, we did that. I can't say this because my friend came up with the idea. You know what? I can't. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Nope, he's never going to do it. He came up with it many years ago. His idea was called The Reject Factory. And it was a show where you take all of the rejects from all of the game shows and reality shows and then let them compete on the Reject Factory, because they were rejected. They didn't win, but they could win again. They have a second chance to win on the Reject Factory. That's a good fucking idea.
How long should the guy last?
How long should what last?
How long should the guy last? So
when he's getting jerked off?
Yeah, longest one wins.
Well, that's the whole idea, is that if you could make it to the end of the song without, you know what I'm saying, then you win. But some guys can't finish. So I mean, some guys can finish, actually. That's the problem. So they finish and then they lose.
That's right, huh?
Yeah.
So you finish the song, you still haven't come yet, you win then.
That's right. You win. You're a winner. You're a winner.
But very frustrating. I mean, halfway down, then you're not.
I got to be honest, Yuki. In the hierarchy of things, hand jobs aren't always. Some people don't know how to give them. So maybe these women just don't know how to give a hand job.
Okay, so there's no blow job. It's only hand job.
I think the karaoke one from the Japanese, I believe it was hand job karaoke. I don't think it was blow job karaoke. Blow job karaoke, forget it. You get 3 notes into the song, I lose.
Well, but depends on who gives you head, though.
Well, that's also true. I mean, do you see who it is? Is it a secret contraption? Is it like a glory hole? I don't
Yeah.
remember the show enough to know. I just remember the guys going like, welcome to the jungle. And then they just like start making those. Those are great clips. They used to come up on my Instagram every once in a while, and now I don't see them anymore because I guess they're too dirty. But they were fucking hilarious. All right, Yuki, that was game shows. Any final thoughts on game shows?
Well, it's not TV show, but I just tell you what I like. I love Statigo.
I love Stratego too.
Really?
Yuki, we should play Stratego.
Statigo. Well, maybe we do Statigo sometime. Statigo, that's the best.
That used to be my favorite game as a kid. I got that game. I didn't even know what it was, and I got it for Christmas or something. And I started to play it, and I was like telling all my friends, you got to fucking play Stratego. And we started playing Stratego all the time. We loved it.
Yeah, that's the best. And then I tell you the other good one. Battleship. I love Battleship. And then Risk.
Well, you're getting to, okay, so yeah, we've touched upon board games, but we should do a whole episode on just board games, man.
Yeah.
I could tell you some board game stories. I almost had family members cut each other with butcher knives over board games. Clue is very good. I love Clue.
The famous one, the
Monopoly.
money. Yeah.
Were you going to call it Money Man?
No, I couldn't remember the name. So, those money, then you buy, sell. That's the monopoly. Yeah, that's right.
All right, well, I'm going to add that to the list, Yuki. Board games.
Okay.
We're never going to run out of topics. All right, Yuki, any final thoughts?
No.
Okay, so I have a final thought, Yuki. If you want to get a special model from Yuki Nakamura, he can make a model set for you of the Last Drive-In or anything that your heart desires. Yuki is a very skilled model maker, and if you email him at yukinorinakamura at AOL.com, he'll give you the details on how this can happen, and I'll put the email in the show notes. This is Yuki's new side gig, and he's doing well.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Yuki. And we want to thank all of our patrons and subscribers and listeners for supporting us. I mean, this is, who knows what this is at this point. We're definitely in the 105, 107, 110. Who knows where we're at, but we keep doing these episodes, and it's just so much fun to talk about hand jobs and things of that nature with Yuki Nakamura. All right, well, we'll see you next time at the
Buffet. Yuki and John Buffet.
Yuki and John, entry of a birth.